Yeah, so I don't see what the big deal was. We could have shot an episode last week, even though the studio is or was in the evac zone because of the fires. It's a cement building.
We had shit flying off the building. It could have hurt somebody.
But we're in the building.
Well, okay.
Coming to you pre-tape from the LA Mission College Studios in Los Angeles, California. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, the winter meetings are here, and the Dodgers have not done anything. Usually we're like involved in some kind of 11-player deal, but we're just chilling.
There's no wheeling and dealing. So they're basically the idea is we're one game away from a world championship. We don't need to change anything. Is that the idea?
Well, I mean, I think Stanton would have been helpful in that one game.
Stanton might have been helpful.
That's just me.
But with
during the home run derby MLB record-breaking playoffs, I think Stanton would have been really helpful.
Was Stanton tipping his pitches?
Stanton was not,
because somebody on our team was apparently tipping pitches.
You Darvish.
Yes. All right, Dodger fans, we're going to have a Dodgers hot stove. We're kind of winding down the winter meetings. It doesn't look like the Dodgers are doing much in the winter meetings. That doesn't mean that a trade can't happen after the winter meetings, but certainly it doesn't look like they're doing anything major in this one. So we are going to be talking about Giancarlo Stanton, just a little review on that, Ohtani, and, of course, losing Brandon Morrow. So let's get started.
Guys, Giancarlo Stanton, or Mike Stanton, as we knew him.
Wait. What do you mean we knew him?
I went to school with him.
You went to high
school? A bunch of my coworkers went to school with him, too.
You went to high school?
Yeah, everyone was texting him, bro, you got to come to L.A. You got to come to L.A.
Did any of that work? Did he text you back?
Clearly it didn't, because he lives in New York now, or is playing for the Yankees now.
Were you in the same grade?
No, I'm 2 years older than him.
Okay. So you were beating him up when he was there?
No, he's been that big since he was a freshman in high school.
Was he?
Yeah.
He's just huge?
He's just a monster.
Okay. Did he play basketball, too?
He played basketball, football, baseball.
Okay. And he was the star in every sport? Like, did you know he was going to the major leagues in high school? Because there's some players...
Well, I mean, no, but it's kind of like this guy is, like, massive and he's a freshman. Like, so he's at least going to play in college.
Yeah.
And he ended up not playing in college and went straight to the pros.
Okay.
Because he's a monster.
He is.
But, guys, Giancarlo Stanton was like, hey, Cardinals, hey, Giants, F off. I don't want to go there, so that was cool. And he's like, hey, I saw the playoffs last year, so I want to go to the Cubs, the Dodgers, the Astros, or the Yankees because they were like the four best teams. I will accept a trade in those cities, those directions. Ultimately, the Dodgers, I guess, didn't want to take on the salary. The Yankees were like, yo, Jeter, former Yankee.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. Eat some of this money. Joe Torre, who's the MLB director of something, who has to approve this deal. He's going to approve it. Let's make it happen.
There's something going on here.
Let's make it happen. And they did make it happen.
If the Yankees win the World Series, which they're the odds-on favorite now to win the World Series, even though they have no starting pitching except Sonny Gray that they can really count on, and even he's debatable now at this point, although he's still good. But their lineup is incredible. But if they win the World Series, I mean, you got to give
the Astros won the World Series last year, and you can see that they had good pitching with Keuchel and Verlander. Yes. But Keuchel wasn't very good in the playoffs. Verlander was good, but all of them got touched up. Last year, it was about the Astros outscoring you.
It was hitting.
It was hitting.
It was hitting. So you think this year's going to be about hitting too?
We're hitting more home runs at more record-breaking paces.
So pitching
it's almost as if everyone's on steroids now.
So pitching and defense don't win World Series right now.
No, I mean, they're going to get you there.
Okay.
The Dodgers got there on that, but the Dodgers were also smashing home runs.
So we needed someone to get into a right-handed hitter in this lineup.
To smash home runs.
We needed that, and we did not get that.
We didn't get it.
Now, a lot of Dodger fans were upset about this, I think us included. I mean, we wanted to see Stanton come back home. I think that would have been but, I mean, it's not our money, of course.
Well, after we pay for stuff, it no longer is our money.
But is it our money? Because we do buy tickets and jerseys and gear and beers.
Indirectly, yeah, but, I mean, collectively, I don't put $300 million into the pocket of the Dodgers.
So the Dodgers want to get under the luxury cap. And are we going to do that this year?
No, but at the end of this year we will, because Kazmir, McCarthy, I still think we're paying Brandon
Carl Crawford.
Carl Crawford. We're still paying Matt Kemp. We're paying a bunch of people.
We're still paying Matt Kemp? I thought that was done.
No, we're paying Matt Kemp because we traded him. We're going to pay him for 4 years, I believe.
Oh, my God.
But we're paying a portion of his salary to the Padres, who are now paying it for the Braves.
Perfect.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. So the goal is to get under,
and then Gonzalez is also gone this year.
Yeah.
So we're going to free up about $100 million this year. So that's why I'm like, yo, Machado.
Okay.
But I have a bone to pick with Todd Gurley. Sorry to cut you off. I got a bone to pick with Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley
we switching to Rams talk right
Todd
now?
Gurley tweeted, Machado, don't leave. And I'm like, bro, you should say, Machado, the weather's beautiful in Los Angeles.
Come hang out with
Come
me.
hang out with us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't know he said that.
He did say that.
That's not
And
good.
then Michael Duarte, our buddy, started retweeting it and commenting on it.
I actually, I don't know what to make of Machado, but the Dodgers are not getting him. This is not happening.
We're saving up money.
So you think next year when he's a free agent, he's coming to Los Angeles?
And Harper.
Okay. And
Harper.
Both coming to LA.
That thing that's happening in the NBA the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years of super teaming, we're going to be super teaming in LA.
These super teams happen with friends of each other, and it would make sense that Harper would go to the Cubs because he's friends with Chris Bryant. But they've been friends since they were kids.
But the city's terrible. You think he's going to want to go to Chicago?
The city is not terrible.
He's been hanging out in D.C. The kid's from
terrible.
Vegas. He's from Vegas.
Chicago's awesome.
It's like, who cares? Like, it's so rainy and snowy here.
He's not there during that time. He's in the desert when that's done. He's in the desert in the winter.
Terrible.
Chicago's a great city. He will go there.
You think he's going to
I'm calling it now. He's going to the Cubs.
He and Machado are coming to the Dodgers.
Machado, I don't know where the hell he's going, but Bryant is going to the Cubs.
Well, the Orioles are already shopping Machado.
Great, but he's on a 1 year. Wherever he goes, he already said he's not going to sign.
Right.
So he'll be a free agent. He's going to make $300 million. So the Dodgers are going to pay.
You think he'll get $300 million as well?
He's one of the best players in baseball.
But is he worth $300 million?
Yes.
Now,
he's the best defensive third baseman and one of the top 10 hitters in the league.
So do you believe that he's worth $300 million, or do you believe that an arms race is going to happen?
That's the market.
Right.
The thing is we've got Kershaw on an opt-out the end of this year.
Which he will opt out because he's going to go for more money. I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
You don't?
I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
I don't think so either. But we got to pay him. We're going to be paying Seager and Bellinger big money here coming up. So you're going to...
They're still on entry-level contracts.
So we're going to commit...
You're not going to have to pay them for like 3 or 4 years.
So we're going to commit $150 million in the next... So we're going to commit $25 million a year to Harper and $25 million a year to Machado, is what you're saying.
We currently have $20 million to Crawford, $20 million to Gonzalez. We have $14 million to McCarthy. We have like $10 million to Kazmir. We have $5 million to Matt Kemp. Well, there's so much money that's just going to come off the books. It's going to be like, oh, okay. It's going to be as if nothing happened, only we have a player that can actually play now. That isn't on the injured reserve list or isn't on some reality TV show or on some other team.
I don't see Harper coming to the Dodgers, not because I think every team would want Harper on their team, but I also just don't see the Dodgers having 5 or 6 players that are going to be making $20 million in 5 years. I don't think they're not going to go back into that. The old Dodgers, like Ned Colletti, doesn't work here anymore. It's like he'll pay everybody, but the new Dodgers. These Zaidi and Friedman are not going to pay these people. They're going to try to nickel and dime and get little role players like Chris Taylor to fill in. And when Chris Taylor is done and wants a new contract, they'll get another role player. I love how Dodger fans, by the way, want Andrew Tolles to be the starting left fielder. Andrew Tolles. He had a couple good months. He gets hurt, and everybody's like, "Well, Tolles is coming back." Really?
That doesn't mean anything.
That
doesn't mean anything.
I'd rather have Kike Hernandez at this point. I mean,
that doesn't mean anything.
What do we need a left-handed outfielder for? We've got millions of those. We got Verdugo, who's supposed to be coming up. We've got Peterson, we don't know what to do with. Now we got Taylor, who's now our starting. He's a righty at least. I don't know. But let's talk about Ohtani. We also didn't get into the Ohtani. Did we even have a chance?
We got into the sweepstakes fans. So Ohtani, the Babe Ruth of Japan, and they say that because he can pitch and he can hit. And for those of you that don't know, Babe Ruth was a actually amazing pitcher, but he's known for his bat.
Yeah.
So the dude comes over and is like, hey, I want to be apparently the only Japanese player on the team, which I thought was weird. I want to play on the West Coast, and I want to play in a small market city. So I was like, okay, the Dodgers are out.
Dodgers are out.
Dodgers are out.
We knew that.
He's also looking to both pitch and hit, and so I said, okay, National League teams, you're out. Why? Because I'm not going to, granted, this guy's not going to be worth anything in terms of money in his first few years of a contract because he's coming in at almost base salary.
Yeah.
But
so that would have fit the Dodgers
if this guy who throws as hard as Syndergaard and throws cutters like Yu Darvish is what he is and is just like an amazing pitcher, I do not at all ever want him playing the outfield and having him run into a wall. I don't want him running the bases when he shouldn't have to.
Yes. But he wants to.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, you're too valuable.
So he'd be DHing.
he might DH for the Angels. He might play in the outfield. And,
1 day a week.
And they'll tell, like, you ever watch Bad News Bears?
Yes.
You know that scene where Buttermaker goes to what's-his-face, Kelly, and is like, dude, catch everything out there. Yeah. And Kelly's running around the outfield
just
catching. That's what he's going to tell Mike Trout. That's what Socia will tell Mike Trout. Don't let Ohtani hit any or catch anything or run into any walls or whatever.
Well, the Angels already have Upton and left and Cole Calhoun and right, who's a...
So they might just let him DH.
Yeah.
He just might DH.
What's Pujols going to do?
I don't know.
Like, guy can barely walk.
Play first? I don't know.
Okay. Well,
so,
it's not our concern what the Angels do,
right,
really.
So you have that with Ohtani, and at the same time, it's like, okay, you have this guy, he throws right-handed, but he hits left-handed. So that's actually pretty cool because you have a power-hitting lefty in the lineup.
Yeah, which they needed. The Angels needed that.
He's young, and my concern with Japanese players, specifically pitchers, is that in Japan, you pitch every 6 days. In Japan, you're not playing 162 games. In Japan, you're not playing across 3 time zones and traveling the way you do here.
Yes.
Same with Korea. And we saw it with Daisuke. We saw it with Tanaka when he first came over. We saw it with Maeda. We saw it with Hyun-Jin Ryu. You see with a lot of these, you saw it with Yu Darvish. It's like, okay, because you guys are now pitching every 5 days and you're traveling so often, what happened to all these Asian pitchers? All of them have arm problems. And then when Maeda came over, you're like, he's like the best pitcher in Japan at the moment. Why is he coming over on this incentive-based contract? Oh, because he has possible elbow problems. And what does Ohtani have?
An elbow problem.
Oh,
interesting.
Because these guys are throwing these wacky pitches that are really unorthodox.
He doesn't look like he doesn't have that same kind of normal Japanese style, unorthodox style. He doesn't have that in hitting or pitching. He looks like an American pitcher already. I mean, his windup looks normal. He looks like Kershaw.
But it's just his release. A lot of times when you throw a cutter, if you're a right-handed pitcher, you release with your right hand snapping to the right.
Yeah.
They release in Japan, depending on their pitch, they're releasing to the left. And it's like, okay, that's causing strain on the elbow. Yeah. And this guy's like 21, 22 years old.
23.
Yeah, he's really young. And then it's like, okay, he already has, that's why he fits perfectly with the Angels because he's already hurt. And at the same time, you're kind of like, okay, how are you going to do on a 5-man rotation when we're traveling across 3 time zones for 162 games as opposed to a minor league schedule that you have in Japan?
Well, who's to say that he won't come out of the bullpen for the Angels?
He won't come out of the bullpen.
You don't? You think he's going to start?
No, he wants to start and wants to hit. And I'm sure that Artie Moreno, when he did his presentation to Ohtani and his agent, was like, listen, you can pitch, you can hit. Oh, and by the way, here's Mike Trout. Yeah, that was their pitch. That was their pitch.
Because the Yankees did like the Cubs did a virtual reality thing where they had him like in Chicago, in Wrigley Field. What's it going to look like for you in Wrigley Field? He did a virtual reality presentation for Ohtani. That didn't work. What worked was you're going to play with Mike Trout.
Well, he said, I want to play on the West Coast. I want to be the only Japanese player on my team, and I want to both hit and pitch. He was not going to go to a National League team.
No.
He wasn't.
No.
And it's like, okay, what do you have on the West Coast? You got the Mariners, who were the favorites, who started trading pieces to acquire international spending money. They picked up D. Gordon. And then you have the Oakland A's, who no one wants to play for. And then you have, who else is on the West Coast that's an American League team? That's it. They're the only two.
A's.
Yeah, Oakland and Seattle. Yeah. They're the only 2 West Coast American teams. And then you got the Angels.
And no one wants to play for the A's.
Yeah, and so you have the Angels, and the Angels are not okay, technically they're small market because they're Anaheim, but they're like down the street from Los Angeles.
Down the street? Quite a bit down the street.
30 miles and 4 hours of traffic.
Okay,
so,
yeah. So, I'm glad the Angels got him. I'm glad he didn't go to the Giants or something. I'm glad he didn't go, to the National League, actually, because I think he's actually going to pan out as a fairly high-level player. Will he be Stanton-level player in home runs? No, he's not. He'll probably hit 23, 24 home runs. He'll probably be at the level of Puig, but not as good as Puig defensively. So, Dodger fans were
I don't think they're
pissed.
going to let him play defensively. I don't think they'll let him play the outfield.
Okay, well, yeah, because they'd have to do something with Cole Calhoun because he's a right fielder. So
right, and it's like, okay, you're going to DH, but like you said, what are they going to do with Pujols? It's this thing that you're throwing a wrench into a regular system.
Well, he could play first base, couldn't he? I mean, he's tall, he's big.
No idea.
Okay, because you got to be pretty good.
Defensively, I don't know what his glove looks like.
You have to be good defensively at first base. People don't realize how.
Then again, these numbers that he has are numbers in a Japanese baseball league.
Well, Ichiro came over here and it translated fine.
Right,
He's
but
a Hall of Famer.
Ichiro is a batting average guy. Ichiro was, let me slap hit the ball. Not, hey, I'm coming over with a 336 batting average and I smash 30 home runs a year.
Yeah.
And that worked for Matsui.
Sure.
It worked for Matsui. Who else did it work for?
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Brandon Morrow because we were big fans of Brandon Morrow.
That jerk.
I feel
He
like
said
this is
He said, I love Los Angeles. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to come back.
$10, $11 million a year.
I can't blame him. I mean, if you gave me,
But
10,
why
11,
can't we spend $10 or $11 million a year
we can?
on what we
We're
know is
choosing not to.
we know he's a proven pitcher to set up Kenley.
Zaidi and Freeman know they're in Los Angeles, right? They're not in Miami.
I don't know.
They're not in Tampa. They're not in Oakland anymore, right?
I don't know. Like that doesn't seem like
do they know that?
I don't know, but that doesn't seem like a big expenditure for a guy who is lights out going to set up Kenley Jansen in the 7th or 8th inning. I mean, now are we going back to Pedro Baez? Are we going to Yimi Garcia, who apparently is going to be back, which is great. I like Yimi Garcia, but we don't know what we're going to get with him. We know what we're going to get from Brandon Morrow, and this is, I think, the more than getting. I'd love to have gotten Ohtani or Stanton, but more than getting those two guys, losing Brandon Morrow is going to come back to bite the Dodgers because there is nobody in baseball right now that we're going to spend less than $10 million on that's as good as Brandon Morrow.
Oh, and he was the coveted reliever this offseason.
Yeah, and he got paid.
And I don't know why
by a team that's one of our competitors.
I don't know why the Dodgers let him walk.
Is he going to be guaranteed to be a closer in Chicago?
That might be it.
And maybe that was part of the
right, but I couldn't tell you.
Maybe the Dodgers did offer him money, but they said you're going to have the same role. Obviously you're going to have the same role.
Right.
Maybe that was what happened. We don't know. I mean, I would assume the Dodgers would want Brandon Morrow back.
Right, but he did go to the Cubs. It's not like he went to a team that is overpaying him and has no chance of competing.
I know, so I'm saying it's going to come back to haunt us.
Right.
I'm guessing the playoffs we're going to go up against the Cubs possibly, maybe. And Brandon Morrow is going to be
bold
pitching.
Bold prediction, Cubs miss the playoffs.
Really?
Bold prediction.
Okay, you have a lot of bold predictions.
My bold predictions.
How many of your bold predictions actually ever come true?
Give me some of them, and I'll tell you if they came through or not.
We can't get into that. That could be endless. It's a lot. I'm going to say most.
There's a lot of.
I'm just saying.
But the ones that hit, the ones that hit.
This is yeah. Well, so what are we looking at here in terms of filling in this roster? Are we going to do anything to fill in this roster? This is the question.
Not winter meetings, not till maybe January. Everyone's going like it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Are
we going to unload Kazmir, unload McCarthy? Or are we going to give them another chance? Another chance.
Another chance?
Another chance to get into this Dodger
rotation. But here's the thing. If the Dodgers keep them, the Dodgers will take them into spring training, throw them into the starting rotation for spring training, and if they're healthy, they'll probably pitch. But the problem is, let's say they want to get rid of them. Who's going to take them? The Dodgers would have to eat salary too, but they're at least both of them are on their final year of their contracts.
And I like both of them. Don't get me wrong. Again, Dodger fans, it's not personal. It's what are we doing with these pitchers? Because we got Walker Buehler waiting in the wings.
No, they already said he's going to be in the rotation.
They did.
Dave Roberts said he will be in the rotation. He's not going to come out of the bullpen.
What's Ryu going to do?
Also in the final year of his contract.
Wow. Okay. So we've got like 12 pitchers.
Right.
Which isn't a bad thing.
But it's good. You want a surplus of arms.
We do want a surplus of arms. We needed it last year. It got us to the playoffs last year, actually. But this surplus of arms has not proven to be. Kazmir and McCarthy haven't done anything for us at all.
No,
in fact,
because
McCarthy,
Kazmir didn't play at all last year.
Not that I know of, and McCarthy pitched under 20 innings and then took a dump in the World Series, which we still don't know why he was pitching the World Series.
There's a lot of questionable moves that Dave made in the World Series that involved veteran players.
Some Dodger fans have asked us through direct messaging why we didn't have a post-World Series episode. Why did we not?
What week was it? Because we have missed a couple of weeks due to scheduling conflicts.
Last week
we missed it because of the fires.
We acted like the Dodgers didn't even lose the World Series.
Oh, if you don't look at it, it never happened.
Because people have texted us like, hey, and DM'd us like, why didn't you guys have a Dodgers episode? And I can't give them a good answer except for we were devastated.
You don't keep picking at a scab. You let it heal.
So are you still over the Game 7 loss?
I'm over it. I was over it in about the 6th inning.
You were?
Yeah, I was watching this game and I was all like, God damn it, Dave. God damn it. Because now, again, everyone knew you was tipping the pitches. And it comes out a day or two ago that Zaidi was like, yeah, we were aware that he was doing that. It's like, really? If you were aware he was doing it, why the hell did you let him pitch?
Yeah.
Why the hell didn't you pull him after the first inning? I don't want to talk about it because I'm just going to get upset.
They were aware.
They were aware.
That he may have been.
No, that he was.
Oh,
and
God.
they did nothing. They did nothing. I'm telling you right now, if my Dodger seats were not in the reserve level, if they were like next to Magic Johnson, I would have started yelling at the translator and yelling at Dave. And I'm like, Dave, I will fight you. He's tipping his pitches. And then I would have.
That's not Dave's fault.
I would have stormed the field, and in my broken Japanese, I would have told you to stop tipping his pitches. I would have been tackled and arrested, and the internet would have made fun of me. But Dodger fans would have been like, "Oh my God, this guy saved us."
You would
For the greater good.
Yes, I definitely would have been fun to see you tackling you, Darvish.
No, I would have tackled you, Darvish. I would have run up and tell him in my broken Japanese that he's
you
tipping
wouldn't
his
have tackled
pitches.
him. You would have been
I would have been tackled by security.
I think you should have tried to tackle him.
No, why?
Grab his leg.
No, I don't want to hurt the guy.
Well, yeah, because then he comes out of the game.
I mean, Kershaw went like 5 innings of no-hit baseball, but whatever.
Okay. What's our gift of the day?
Guys, our gift of the day, this is Ohtani in Japan smashing a ball so hard, so high that he hits the dome of the stadium, and this manager's just like, huh?
He wouldn't have hit a dome or anything at Dodger Stadium.
No, we don't have a dome.
Maybe hit it out.
We don't have a dome.
We could have had Stanton and Ohtani hitting it out of the stadium.
But we didn't.
And a lot of Dodger fans thought we were going to get both of them. We got neither.
We got nothing.
But the Giants got neither,
which is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So there's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win. Giants are going to be worse than they were last
Let's hope
year.
so.
All right.
All right, guys, but that's been our show. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. Check out all the behind-the-scenes stuff on the Instagram, also at Best Coast Show. You can find us on any podcast outlet, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, really anywhere podcasts are heard. But that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.